Welcome to the Stephen Shiels radio show. Today I've got Christian de la Cortina from the movie Generation Wolf. How are you, Christian?
Very good, thank you. I'm fine.
Christian,
How about you?
I'm very good. Christian, I watched the movie Generation Wolf on Amazon Prime, and all of a sudden I just came across it, checked it out. I thought it was fantastic what you were doing in it, and your acting. How'd you get the role for that?
Actually, I'm a filmmaker as well, and I wrote the film, and I gave myself the main part. That's what I did.
Mm-hmm. It was quite talented, and you in the movie you're like an entrepreneur. You were selling these huge cars, and then at the end you start selling marijuana. I was like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" But it's quite interesting. And then you pitch into investors as well, and then they decline.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, it looks a bit like when you're a filmmaker, you're also pitching a lot and you got to hustle your way in making movies. And it's not too different from being an entrepreneur.
Mm.
So the good thing about this movie, A Generation Wolf, is it's actually an entrepreneur thriller.
Mm.
And it's different. And we haven't seen too much of these movies. So I'm quite happy with the results. And I'm happy to know that my movie is now in Australia.
No, it's a great movie, Christian. And how much time and effort was put into it?
A lot, my friend, because when you don't have a lot of money, you have to compensate with a lot of love and time. And that's what we did. We got a lot of things for free, sponsors. We flew to California because we shot this in Canada and near Montreal. Mm-hmm. And so what we did is we went to California. I got the James Dean's car. That's a beautiful Porsche Spider, 550. I got it for free. I mean, I had a lot of sponsors for that movie. And otherwise, this movie would have cost me a couple of millions. Wow! And I made it for under $1 million.
Did you have to fund this out of your pocket, or was it all sponsored?
I had private investors, but also from my own money as well.
That's courage.
Yeah, well, you have to believe in what you do, and one movie leads to another, and that's how it is, you know.
Because I know a few Australian actors. Well, there's one from the movie Convict who it was independent film, self-funded as well. But yeah, it's not easy unless you got a production company that's doing it for you.
I know it's a tough business, but like you're also a musician, you have to be passionate about what you do, and you're gonna have a lot of no's in your path, in your journey, and you got to keep fighting and keep pushing. And sometimes it also means taking risk on your own, because it's easy to ask others to risk their money, but if you are risking also some of your money, it shows some respect too, So
no, good on you. Hats off to you, Christian.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Steve.
And after Generation Wolf, what's life been like for you?
Well, I'm an actor in here, and I have good roles on TV shows. But we have developed 3 movies. In a couple of months, we'll be doing another movie called Undocumented, which is about a migrant worker stuck in a dairy farm in Vermont. Same kind of rural locations, countryside. And we have an amazing movie that we're trying to fund now. It's actually, we're going to be shooting in Chile. And it's about Canadian mining corporation destroying the environment in South America. So we're working hard to finance this, and I'm also auditioning for other things. So we're trying to keep busy,
That's so cool, Christian. It's really cool. Have you worked in with in the huge blockbusters in Hollywood? Any big films?
Yeah, I worked on Brooklyn, which won an Oscar. I played the role of the brother of the protagonist. So it was a good experience. It was a co-production with Ireland, Canada, and United States. And and then also I had a big role in the French TV show, in the French movie called Utilise. And they came from France to Canada. And that movie went so well that later on they had to cast me again for it was a trilogy, a sequel. So they got me and they flew me back to France, and it was a really nice experience. Really
That's
good.
So cool. As a musician too, I dream to be able to score a big movie one day. I look up to Hans Zimmer, and
Man, I want to listen to your material because I
Yep.
always need good music composer for my movies.
I'll send you an email after the show of my stuff too, as well.
With pleasure. With
It's
pleasure.
all instrumental. But I studied film music in my undergraduate degree as well. I played clarinet. I'm classically trained as well.
So you do shows as well? You participate in shows and orchestra?
Was participating in shows, not paid, but during my degree, I played in the Hansel and Gretel opera, and
Very good.
I started in a community orchestra as well. So that was fun.
Wow.
It's
Very good.
fun.
And where are you located exactly?
Sydney, Australia.
Oh, nice. I really want to go visit you guys.
Mm.
It's a
Who
beautiful
knows?
place. Yeah.
You
But
might end up-
actually, what?
You
Sorry?
might end up filming out in Sydney one day. You never know.
I hope. You have a very good weather also in Australia.
Mm.
You know, it's funny because my parents 40 years ago they moved from Chile to Canada, and it came that close that they went to Australia instead. And finally they went to Canada. But sometimes I wish they went to Australia because it's damn cold up here in Canada. Really cold weather.
What part of Canada are you from, Christian?
The east, so Montreal, near Montreal.
Yep.
6 hours away from New York.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah.
Gets very cold there.
It is. It's a beautiful country. We're very similar. We're like cousins, Australia and Canada. Very similar. We're prime ministers and
how's the pandemic? How did the pandemic treat you last year as well with your work?
Actually, I was lucky because I have a recurrent role in a TV series and I kept acting. Wow. And we got investors for our movies, and we do commercials. And it went well, very well. So I'm happy. And I felt that the pandemic, in a sense, was a blessing for me because, you know, what you always feel in the business that there's competition and Hollywood is doing this. And then you're like, oh, I got to keep moving. There's always kind of a race, but everybody stopped producing. So I felt that I was moving ahead. I was writing, developing, and I never stopped. So it puts me in a better position now that, you know, I have 2-3 scripts ready to go. So it helps. And we had good time to, you know, spend with family, but it's not easy being at home so much, you know? So.
And you know, I'm the same as a musician. I published my work last year. So that took a lot of courage as well.
Well, congratulations.
I was very scared.
You have all my respect. And what you do, how'd you release your music?
I put it on Spotify, SoundCloud, the royalty-free libraries, Bandcamp. I've started going down that road as well.
And you sing as well?
No, I don't sing. I did do a bit of choir in the university, but I'm not a professional singer. But yeah, I
not
did
yet.
Not yet. You never know. But exactly. Yeah, entrepreneurship's very scary in the beginning as well. I just started.
You have no choice. I think as an artist, and I see, I have a lot of friends that are actors, and many actors they just wait for roles. And they're like, there's nothing. And you have to be an entrepreneur. You have to write your own stuff. If you're a musician, you have to write, compose, you know, so you have to be an entrepreneur. Actually, my degree wasn't in acting. It was actually business. So it really helped. And I realized today that you need business for everything, especially as an artist. So congratulations on you being able and, you know, moving forward with your music and dream. It's very important.
Look, the easiest part is, and I'm sure you'll find this, is creating the work. That's the easy part. But then when it comes to the business and the want to make money, that's tough. It's tough for everyone.
Business. It is. And also the movie business is tough because it's easy to write a script. It's not easy, but it's a lot of work. But you can always spend some time in your house and do it. But actually producing, you need a lot of money. And it's really complicated. So it's not easy, but you got to keep fighting, you know? And I felt that when I played my role as Vincent del Toro, I wasn't too far from reality because the prior months to the production, I was really hustling, man. I was trying to get money and it was tough and nobody would listen. And I was just missing a little amount of money and I couldn't get it. And, at some point I was even like, geez, let's do marijuana and finance this, But no, we did the movie and it went well, but it wasn't easy at all.
Was this movie a big Hollywood blockbuster, or was it just a small independent film?
No, it was an independent film,
Mhm.
but it went really well because, the movie got purchased by the studio Goldwyn.
Mhm.
What's his? Yeah, it's Goldwyn. Goldwyn Studio. Samuel Goldwyn. I'm so sorry, Samuel Goldwyn Studios, and they put into Amazon Prime worldwide. So for a little independent movie that had no grant, it's a big achievement for us. So it's good. Yeah.
No, I loved
And
it.
oh, thank you. I'm happy to know that an Australian guy watched it. It's good.
I like the independent films better, Christian. I think there's a bit more talent involved in it. I like the independence better.
Well, you have the directors; they have more freedom.
Mm.
And a year ago, we produced another movie. It was a comedy, and we were actually paid. It's two guys that financed the whole thing, but as they were financing, they would control everything. And it's the same with the studio. If they finance the whole thing, they're going to control the whole thing as well. So when you are doing independent stuff, you still have more control over your piece of art, and it shows more what you are when the final product.
Mm. Yeah, I know, and that's tough too because there's directors that want things done a certain way as well. When there's a lot of money on the line.
Yeah. Well, as a director, I'm very comfortable. My passion is actually writing and acting. That's my biggest passion is actually acting. But I realized that there's not too many directors that can do what I do, which is being a guerrilla style and being able to get stuff for free. And I'm really good at this. I'm getting sponsors but it's not easy when you try to get directors that they're very comfortable and they expect to be treated like a big name director, Steven Spielberg, but they have no experience. So it's tough a bit to you're not going to just give away your movie to a random director that wants to do it, but they need to put more effort into it. So that's what I found difficult, to find directors that are willing to do the extra mile to make a movie. So I rather do them myself.
Wow, what's the difference between your independent film versus, say, a Dwayne Johnson? Because Dwayne Johnson is a big collie. He's huge. So what's the difference between you and Dwayne?
There's a huge one. Well, I know I heard he's a really nice guy, but this guy, he has so much power that he surrounds himself with the best, and he has so much money that these big productions, there's nothing can stop them, But as an independent, I really want to do stuff that are more human than Hollywood, and I want to also there's more openness to diversity now. And I think that as a Hispanic, I'm a Latino living in North America, there's a voice now. There's more movement to, accept these movies with Latinos. We represent 25% of the box office in the States, and there's only a few, not even 2% of roles that are made for Latinos. So that's why I like to make my own movies. And unlike other movies that they always cast you as the bad guy and the drug dealer, you can also make your own type of characters that are more developed. Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool.
Thank you.
And you look at you got John Cena now, who's become very big with the latest Transformers movie as well.
Yeah.
He was a wrestler. Dave Bautista, they're all making it. Do you think one day you'll be up there with them?
Yeah, but I'm not a wrestler, man.
Do you think you'll be competing with those guys one day in the movie business?
Well, actually, the people that really inspire me in the movie business is people like Tyler Perry, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Ed Burns, Also, Britt Marlin, they write their own material, and that's what I'm really looking for. I'm open to act like these big guys in big Hollywood movies, but my goal is to make movies that are engaging, that also that are entertaining, but also denounce certain issues, environmental, social issues. And so I want to make my own movies and make it in Hollywood through my movies. I don't want to. I could have moved to California a couple of years ago, but then going there to just stick in a line and audition and kiss some ass, it's not what I want to do. You know?
That's the sad thing, what's going on too. I think sometimes it doesn't become about the talent in Hollywood. I think it's becoming about a model or a popularity contest there.
Oh yeah, definitely. And when we casted, we did some casting in California for some of our movies, and every time we deal with American agents, it's a different game. It's a different game. It's all about money. We have a big movie now that we want to do, Atacama Files. It's a movie that I told you about, the mine industry, destroying the environment. And we approached a couple names, and normally they don't even want to talk to you because to their eyes, you're still not there. They just want to see you. They really want to see you once the apple tree is grown up, giving apples. They don't want to invest in you at all. But let's say we had the actor was amazing with us, was Viggo Mortensen. He read the script, he liked it, but he was too busy doing 2 other movies. So he said, I can't do it, but I like your project. You got to do it. It's important. But he was such a gentleman. And I wish more actors would follow his example, lead, because he's really he's an amazing guy. He even sent me a personal email thanking me for sending the script to him. I mean, it costs you nothing to be a gentleman, So this guy I respect a lot, but there's so many games in the movie industry that you absolutely need to make it so you gain respect from your peers in the big picture. But I surround myself with people that believe in me, and investors that they keep putting money in my movies, and one day it's going to pay, hopefully.
Have you been a full-time actor your whole life, Christian, or have you had to go to work to be an employee?
No, actually, I've been lucky enough to be my own boss.
Cool.
But I did that by also doing other stuff on the side, which is planting marijuana. I'm joking.
There's a serious business for that.
No, I'm joking. No, I did this. I did this by doing commercials and corporate videos for companies, and slowly it always kept coming back, these clients, and I was auditioning, and I was also developing my movies, but I always make commercials and corporate videos for companies. So that's good. That pays the house,
Man, you're lucky, because a lot of actors wish they were doing that in Australia, because a lot of them have to have a job, bartending as well, because they're acting.
But yes, but my advice to actors is learn editing. Learn, like Premiere Pro, get in there and learn. And I edit my stuff. I even edit my own movies. So you put yourself in the position that you can be more independent, and you can also bring something to the table. Buy yourself a little camera, start shooting stuff, and then maybe your uncle needs a little video for his company, and then you start. That's how I started. Like I knew a guy who became a good friend and one of my investors. A filmmaker like defrauded him. He took the money and run and never did the commercial. And I was doing my first short movie with him, and then he said, why don't you do my commercial? And I did it, and then that opened the door to keep working with other people. And when you're honest and always work the best you can, people will always come back to you. And that's my advice to actors. Just don't wait for auditions, man. You're going to wait a lot. Write your stuff, meet other writers, and develop stuff, and learn other skills in the movie business, because a lot of actors, they become bartenders, and it's fine, and other jobs. But you might as well learn other jobs in the movie business, so you always keep swirling around the same people, the same industry.
Yeah, it's the same for music too. A lot of musicians here are working a full-time job as well, or part-time, and they do the gigs on the weekend in Australia, or
But
they're
you start
teaching.
like that. You start like that, but then you start making, let's say, one soundtrack for a movie, and then you make a second one, and then that's how you grow, And what you're doing now, you have your own radio channel. It's quite amazing.
It's fun.
Congratulations.
Yeah, the podcast is fun because I talk to a lot of people from different industries too. Talk a lot of things on the show. I love it.
Very nice. I'm going to start following it, man. I'm going to start listening to your podcast. It's good. And how was your talk with Tyler?
It was fun. We talked a lot about Generation Wolf, and Tyler, he's honest.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy. And this guy, I auditioned, I think the whole country. I auditioned Canada and in the States to get the right bill. And when I auditioned this guy, we knew he was the one. And it was his first feature film. It's amazing. He's a theater guy. And he was also very funny. And he, in between takes, he would always make me laugh. So at some point, he was so good at imitating Christopher Walken's that the spa scene, it was like, you know what? Do the Christopher Walken thing. It's like, you're sure? I said, yeah, do it. And it's one of the funniest moments in the movie.
I like that scene where you're in the spa with the women and you're asking for the money all the time. And he's just so relaxed, dude.
We had a lot of fun.
That was good.
Good movie. Yeah. And also the other actors that was amazing. They were all amazing, but the father was so good, man. And I was able to find this actor through an agent in California. And since he's from Chile, I just paid the casting director to get the phone number. I said, you know what, I'll deal with him. That's it. And I called him over, and he was so nice. And there's an instant connection because he's from the same country, but I was in Canada. And I said, look, I want you to be my movie. And who are you? I said, look, I'm a Chilean, but living, my parents are Chilean. I'm Canadian, but I want to make this movie. And I knew the father. And we flew him in. And, I'm honest, it was tough getting the visa. I invited him. He came. He was such a good actor, man. We became friends. And, when you work with passionate people, it always goes well. It goes well,
Yeah. Between Canada and the States, do you guys have to have a visa to fly?
Not to fly, but to work, yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's a different game.
Yeah.
You as well, if you wanted to work in the States, you need a visa.
Yeah, even to travel holiday, you have to have it as well. Even going to Canada. Yeah. But you guys
from Australia?
Yeah. It's always been like that, Christian.
You need visa to come here?
Yeah, ESTA visa.
That's weird. I didn't know that. So do I need a visa to go see you?
I don't know. You have to ask.
That's weird. Borders. Okay. Actually, right now, if you think about it, I'm talking to the future and you're talking to the past. Because we're 14 hours. We have a difference of 14 hours. You're in the future, actually. Here, it's Friday night. You're Saturday morning. So it's a window to the past and to the future right here.
It's like if I got to travel to Canada, I'm going back in time a day behind.
Exactly. So you don't need a DeLorean. You just need a plane.
Oh, God. No, but that's just what it is. That's traveling, Christian. Every country's got different laws too.
Yeah. But you have a beautiful country. Very beautiful. And you have good movies as well.
Oh, yeah. We have Hugh Jackman. He's a famous actor as well.
Yeah. He works a lot in Montreal, actually. He was working a lot for the big movies. What is it called? X-Men. They all shot in Montreal.
So. It's good stuff, Yeah, Australia's got some very fantastic places to shoot movies, Christian.
Yeah, that's quite amazing.
In the middle of a desert, it's like there's the middle of nowhere. There was a movie called Wolf Creek that was filmed there. It's like a horror film. But some of the landscape.
What's the other great movie you have called Rabbit? About the indigenous. You shot in the desert in Australia. Very good movie. Very good. So what about your music? You're working on some new material now. What are you doing?
Yeah, so I score like little trailers on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
for free to build the portfolio up. I've got the work on Spotify as well. Just released a single and an album too, and just trying new stuff out as a composer.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I'll look at your material for sure.
Just
It,
experimenting as well. And have you heard of Star Now as well? Building up that portfolio for
uh,
music.
excuse me?
A Star Now, it's like where musicians and actors can look for work as
Oh,
well.
no.
Yeah.
No, I don't know that.
I'll send you that. You can build your portfolio up as well.
Great. Okay, I will. I'll do that. There's another one very good I use sometimes. It's called Upwork.
Yep.
Upwork, look, as a musician, I suppose that they're looking for composers and stuff. You should put your name there.
Yep. I will look at that. Upwork.
Yeah.
Yep.
And very, very professional people. So it's good.
It's no, it's fun. You just got to build the experience, I guess. It's getting the. See, look, I'm in the process of looking for an agent, Christian. They're very, very hard to get in Australia.
Well, I think that you're very entrepreneur by like calling people and stuff. The way you have a lot of passion. I'm pretty sure that you can get even
I will.
contracts on your own for now.
Have you had to work with an agent yourself?
Yeah, I do have an agent as an actor.
Yep.
I have an agent in the English part of Canada and the States, and in Quebec in the French part. I represent myself because a lot of casting director know me, and sometimes it's best because you see what's going on, and there's not many things going on, but you still, you control and you know what's going on. Sometimes agents, they filter stuff, and when you have, let's say, TV series. So, I had the problem that my former agent was getting maybe too comfortable, and I was sending checks every week. But you also need, as an agent, to behave like a manager, to shake hands and do business, and so sometimes it's tough to find the right fit, but you'll find someone, that's for sure.
Yeah, look, I can understand from the business point of view, they need to make money as well. And if they don't see value in your work, because they're very picky in Australia.
No, and everywhere they are. People, like I said, they want you once there's money to make, to be made. They don't want to invest. And so I think what you have to do is surround yourself with people that believe in you, that will help you out, give you a little gig here and there, and then that's how you grow. And that's a tough business of, again, people see you as a number, and it's a difficult thing, and also today there's the cancellation campaigns that all of a sudden you're nobody, or all of a sudden you're somebody, and it's so like weird. It's a weird business, but it's a beautiful one. In music and movies, and
because there are musicians that have been exploited by agents and ripped off by managers too, as well, in the music world.
Yeah, look, even with my movies,
wow,
I got ripped off with distributors big time. My first movie made a lot of money, but the distributor kept it all and just gave me $500. I mean, it's ridiculous, and that's how it is. And you go to California, and there's so many filmmakers trying to sell their content, and it's a jungle, But you learn from every mistake. You learn. You have to take it in a positive way. So this deal with Generation Wolf was a better deal than the previous one, and the next one will be even better. And that's how you grow.
It's a stepping stone. It's a learning thing. But other than that, you did a business degree, did you?
I did.
Yep.
And it helped me. My parents didn't want me to be in the movie business. They said study something. And I went into commerce. I didn't like it, but then afterwards I said, look, now I finished. I'm gonna be an actor and make movies. And as I was struggling to become an actor, that's when I heard about Good Will Hunting and Matt Damon and Ben Affleck writing their own script. And that's right there. Right then I knew that I had to write my own material. And that's when I started writing my stuff. And at first my script were like really bad, but you learn. And then now I surround myself with consultants and script doctors, and now I write good scripts, and And I also got a lot of parts because I would audition without being desperate. I didn't care. And I got the roles. So that's how you got to do it.
That's cool that you got a business degree. And did it teach you how to run a business and do all the
Totally.
marketing? Wow.
Totally. Yeah. And my wife now became a producer. So that helps me a lot. You know, your team, you know, you need to trust your teammates.
That's so cool, Christian.
But listen, if I know people that are looking for composers, I'll give you a shout, or I'll introduce you to them.
That'll be good.
'Cause
Christian, thank you for coming on today's show. Where can people find you on your social media?
Social media, and also there's my website, christiandelacortina.com. And from there you can find everything on me, I think.
Awesome.
And thank you for inviting me. I appreciate your call, your show, and I wish you also the best of luck with your music.
Thanks, Christian. Always great to have you on.
All right. Thanks so much.